Hello, everyone. So, Tucker Carlson's commercial breaks tell the real story of his advertising problems. And so, actually, this was more about Tucker Carlson, which is a Fox News television host, and he's extremely conservative. Fox News and its board members may be staying quiet about the recent controversy surrounding Tucker Carlson, but the advertisements airing during his show tell an interesting story. And so this is, of course, out of Huffington Post by Jenna Amatuli. And after Carlson going ahead with this article, he told his Tucker Carlson Tonight viewers that white supremacy is actually not a real problem in America, and that the suggestion is it is a problem of being a hoax that is spread by the mainstream media. His commercial breaks on Thursday and Friday have featured as 13 and 11 paid ads respectively. And so as of last year, he had about 36 paid ads per show. So Media Matters for America's Jordan, if I pronounced it correctly, noted that in an infographic shown below that Friday's show carried 6 lengthy public service announcements. So Tucker Carlson loses advertisers now. And why? Because of the statement that he made after remarks about white supremacy being a hoax. So Tucker Carlson's nightly ad load has undergone a seismic shift, declaring days after the massacre in El Paso and that white supremacy is actually not a real problem in America, and that the idea it is a problem is a hoax and a conspiracy theory used to divide the country. And so paid ads, Fox House ads, PSAs now are changing in terms of his support that he was getting before with the ads. So Media Matters for America, there's data files, and you can see it here. There's the graph. May not be able to necessarily understand it, but you can see that he is losing the interest of people because of the horrible tragedy that happened in El Paso and the recent horrible tragedies that have been happening thereafter, like in Ohio and some of the more recent shootings. So in the last year, the types of volume of advertisement on Tucker Carlson's Tonight have drastically shifted. Dozens of advertisers have abandoned Carlson's primetime show beginning December 2018, when he told America that immigrants were making the country dirtier. More advertisers left in March when Media Matters discovered Carlson's racist and white supremacist rhetoric on the radio between the years of 2006 and 2011. So while Carlson previously had a wide variety of paid advertisers invested in him specifically, his commercial breaks over the last year have increasingly included house ads for Fox News, Fox Nation, Fox Television, and Fox Sports programming. The Hollywood Reporter analyzed Carlson's advertisers after the radio show. Comments were uncovered and found that 9 programs that aired after it, ads for Fox programming, have made up 34.8% of the show's advertising spots in the period, compared to just 3.7% in the period leading up to his December comment about immigrants. So as of the end of March, Carlson's ad load per show fell. It dropped from 36 to 18, and it's remained pretty stagnant since then. So a typical show features anywhere from 18 to 21 ads. So however, that number has decreased again in the last 2 weeks because of the sudden terrorist attacks. So the sudden uptick of Fox House ads comes on the heels of Carlson's announcing he would be making some time or taking some time off for a vacation until about August the 19th. Despite the planned vacation, advertisers have been releasing statements that they are cutting ties with Tucker Carlson, marking the third mass exodus of brands in less than a year. So this week, Long John Silver, said it's no longer advertised on Fox News as a whole. And Nestle, HelloFresh, Steam Mart confirmed that they are no longer running ads on Carlson's show as well. Related coverage. So these are other at the bottom. These are going to be like other related articles in regard to the incident that had recently happened with this talk show host Tucker Carlson. So if you want to see what he looks like, I don't know if they still show him on Yahoo, but this was the first article that popped up about Tucker Carlson. Some people know who he is already if they're someone that is an avid watcher of politics, but these pictures of the man towards which is my left, is Tucker Carlson. And so that's basically where this article came from, out of Huffington Post. It's just really a sad reality because of the tragedies that have been recently happening. There's been an uptick of terrorist attacks from white supremacist groups or lone wolves. And it's a high number of this going on. And so now it's at a point where a lot of people are taking notice at some of the media outlets that pretty much spew some of their rhetoric in terms of bringing that famous word, or those famous letters in that word, hoax. And so here it says Trump shares racist Tucker Carlson clip amid white supremacy controversy. And so this is another related article that goes right along with it. And so in politics, out of Huffington Post, Trump shares the racist Tucker Carlson clip amid white supremacy controversy. And so Carlson claimed earlier this week that the notion of white supremacy problem in the U.S. is a hoax created by the left and the media. And this was by Julian Shen Barrow. And so it's accompanied with, I believe, a commercial. So disregard the commercial, but it goes on to say that President Donald Trump retweeted this clip on Fox News about the host Tucker Carlson, who's facing backlash for claiming the notion of white supremacy in the U.S. as being a hoax created by the left and the media. So the video, created by the Daily Caller, a conservative news site that Carlson had co-founded, features the Fox host discussing the questions of legitimacy of representative. Okay, I am Omar, a Democrat of Minnesota. So prior marriage, immigration status, name. Omar, an American citizen, was born in Somalia and immigrated to the U.S. as a child. And so the sham marriage that Tucker Carlson refers to is a popular right-wing conspiracy theory that Omar married her brother in order to bypass U.S. immigration laws. There is no evidence that indicates this is the case, and the theory originated from an anonymous internet forum post in 2016. So there's been a barrage of attacks in terms of politics based on whose legitimacy in whatever factual evidence that they come up with on certain politicians or people that are running for office or in office seats, whether it be the left or the right. And recently there have been a barrage of comments that have been tweeted by the president and have also been tweeted by various different people who are weighing in on these conversations and these politics. And so Omar, it goes on to say, has denied the claim and provided a timeline of her marital status and history. So in 2018, she showed a reporter from Minneapolis, the Star Tribune, images of her father's immigration documents, which did not list her former husband among his children. Okay. But this is not the first time that the president has drawn attention to the unsubstantiated theory. So, well, there is a lot of talk about the fact that she was married to her brother, Trump told reporters last month, before adding, "I know nothing about it." Trump has a history of engaging in the promoting of racist attacks that question the legitimacy of the Congresswoman's status as an American. So he has claimed that Omar hates America and has said that she is alongside 3 other progressive Democratic congresswomen should go back and help fix totally broken and crime-infested places in which they came from. So Carlson currently faces public backlash for claiming that white supremacy is not a threat to America, just days after the shooter killed 22 people and injured dozens more at a Walmart in El Paso, Texas. The shooter reportedly penned a racist anti-immigrant manifesto before driving 9 hours to the largely Hispanic border town. So this is a hoax, just like the Russian hoax, Carlson said on Tuesday, of the notion that white supremacy was a major threat in the U.S. So it's a conspiracy. According to Carlson Tucker, it's a conspiracy theory used to divide the country and keep a hold on power. This exactly is what's going on. So that's out of the words of Carlson Tucker, or Tucker Carlson, rather. So he has lost several advertisers behind these comments, including Long John Silver, Nestle, and HelloFresh, in the aftermath of his claims. So the president was asked on Wednesday if he was concerned about the rising threat of white supremacy, and he told reporters that he was concerned about all hate groups, whether it's white supremacies or whether it's other kinds of supremacy. And so that's basically this whole video. And what I'm going to go into is that there's an uptick of a lot of shootings, a lot of killings, and it's basically like a civil war. And it's been going on. There's been an uptick of just in general here in Los Angeles. We've been seeing a lot of ICE raids. There's also been a lot of hatred among different individuals towards one another. People feel suspicious about different people because nobody knows who to trust because of the shootings that have been taking place more recently. People are sort of on their alert. Just recently, at a local Food for Less in the Los Angeles region in Slauson, and I believe it was Slauson and Western. This was on Friday. There was many law enforcement officers that took to the parking lot to search for an active gunman or someone who looked like they were running with a firearm. And I don't know what happened after that. They just seemed like they blended into the crowd. I was there and I just hurried up and got out of the area because it just seemed like a really dangerous situation that was taking place. There were guns drawn everywhere. And so I don't know what this person or this individual did to bring about all of these officers, but I say it was about anywhere from like maybe 10 cop trucks, and there was rifles that were drawn and pistols that were drawn, and cops that were pretty much descending on that whole parking lot over there where there's a Food for Less and Home Depot in the Slauson and Western region in the Los Angeles area. And so with that being said, there's a lot going on, and I've been just sitting back and noticing, and I know other people have been noticing a lot that has been going on. So what are your thoughts and feedback on this whole thing that Tucker Carlson believes in his mind that this whole thing is a hoax? I would think that was an untrue statement. That's in my opinion. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for listening.